Hello people, welcome to my channel, welcome to another video. This is my Chelsea versus Nottingham Forest preview for the game which will be taking place tomorrow at Stamford Bridge in the FA Cup third round, with kickoff being at 3 PM UK time. So what I'm going to do for you guys in terms of this preview is that firstly I'm going to give you the team news concerning both sides, and as always I'll be starting off with the home side, which in this case is Chelsea. Then I'll give you my team, which will be broken down into the formation and then the personnel, and as always the personnel in which I pick will be based on the team news in which I give you. And lastly, I'll be giving you my score prediction along with Mark Lawrence's score prediction. And just to let you know, for all of my FA Cup previews, I will be using BBC's notes because yeah, why not? Let's do something different for a change. But yes, without further ado, let's get straight into it. So starting off with the Chelsea team news, there are three main stories concerning the first team, and the first one is to do with Cesc Fabregas, and that is that he is likely to start tomorrow, and this could be his last game for us as Monaco are trying to buy him. Hopefully he starts, and also hopefully he doesn't go, because if Jorginho gets injured, then who are we gonna put in that deep line playmaker role? But yes, that's the first story concerning the Chelsea first team. Getting into the second story, it concerns Olivier Giroud, Pedro, Willian, Ethan Ampadu and Callum Hudson-Odoi. The first part of the second story the first part of the story says that Olivier Giroud, Pedro and Willian will miss the game tomorrow through injury, and Ethan Ampadu and Callum Hudson-Odoi could be in the starting lineup, which is good news. That's the second story. And the third and final story to do with the Chelsea first team is to do with Eden Hazard, and that is that he is likely to be rested, which is a good thing because we do have Tottenham Hotspur away in the Carabao Cup semi-final. Moving on to the Nottingham Forest team news now, there are two main stories concerning the Nottingham Forest first team. And the first one, by the way, I may mispronounce some names. As you all know by now, I'm not the best with name pronunciations, but I'm going to go straight through it. The first one concerns Michael Hefeli, Michael Dawson, Tobias Figueiredo and Lewis Grabban, and that is that they'll all be missing the game tomorrow. And the second story concerns Costel Pantilimon and Joe Lolly, and the first part of the story is to do with Costel Pantilimon being a doubt, and the second part is to do with Joe Lolly being available for selection. So that's it for the team news. Again, my pronunciation of names isn't exactly great. Forgive me, I am trying. But yes, that's it for the team news. Now moving on to my lineup and starting off with the formation, as always, it is going to be a 4-3-3 with that deep line playmaker involved. And in terms of the personnel, I've gone with Willy Caballero in goal. Just to let you know, I've based this lineup on the fact that we do have Spurs away in midweek in the Carabao Cup semi-final, which is important because obviously we're going to need to get some away goals. But yes, in goal, I've gone with Willy Caballero. I think it would be nice to see him get a game, and I also believe that Kepa would need to be rested if he is to start on Tuesday. In terms of the back four, I've gone with a back four from right to left of Davide Zappacosta, Andres Christensen, Ethan Ampadu and Emerson Palmieri. Like I said when I was giving you the team news, there is a chance of Ethan Ampadu starting, and it would be nice to see him starting in either a centre-back position or in one of the three midfield positions, sorry. But yeah, that's the back four I've gone with. In terms of the midfield three, I've gone with Cesc Fabregas in that deep line playmaker role. Now, if Jorginho starts this game, then I'll be extremely baffled. I definitely say that Sarri has favourites in this team. But yes, I've gone with Cesc Fabregas in that deep line playmaker role, with Ross Barkley and Ruben Loftus-Cheek just ahead of him. Now in the front three, I struggled with this bit because Pedro and Willian are out. So in the front three, I've gone with a front three from right to left of Victor Moses, Alvaro Morata and Callum Hudson-Odoi. It would be interesting to see if Eden Hazard starts or not, but if he starts, then obviously that will most likely mean that Callum Hudson-Odoi or even Ruben Loftus-Cheek will be in the right wing position, which can affect the rest of the team, to be honest, and I'm not going to get into that. But to recap the lineup in which I've just given you, or should I just say the recap? To recap the lineup in which I've gone with Willy Caballero in goal, 4-3-3, deep line playmaker involved, a back four from right to left of Davide Zappacosta, Andres Christensen, Ethan Ampadu and Emerson Palmieri, a midfield three of Cesc Fabregas in that deep line playmaker role, with Ross Barkley and Ruben Loftus-Cheek just ahead of him. And in the front three, I've gone with a front three from right to left of Victor Moses, Alvaro Morata and Callum Hudson-Odoi. Now moving on to the predictions, and starting off with Mark Lawrence's score prediction. He has gone with a 2-1 Chelsea win, as he believes that Chelsea should get past Nottingham Forest at Stamford Bridge without being troubled too much. Yes, that isn't really too much of his opinion, but yes, that's all I gathered from the BBC Sport website. So he believes that we'll win 2-1. Now moving on to my score prediction now, I've gone with a 1-0 Chelsea win, simply because Nottingham Forest will want to continue their record of eliminating the holders in the first round. On top of that, Chelsea haven't been anywhere near their best in recent games, particularly against Southampton in midweek. Southampton's performance could end up being Aitor Karanka's inspiration, which could cause him to instruct his players to sit back and try to hit Chelsea on the counter-attack. I don't think that Chelsea will expend too much energy, as Sarri will most likely have the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final away to Spurs in the back of his head. However, I do think that Chelsea will have enough to get the job done and progress to round 4. So yes, I've gone with a 1-0 Chelsea win. I think it will be extremely tough. Nottingham Forest do have some really good players. Like I said in my reasoning for going with a 1-0 Chelsea win, I think that we've not been anywhere near our best in recent games, and I've given the example of our game against Southampton. But yes, hopefully we win. It would be nice to see us get to round 4, and it would be nice to see a convincing win. We'll just have to see. My next video will be my team sheet reaction, which will be done somewhere between 2 and 3, which will obviously be kickoff. But yes, come on you Blues, and peace.